I'm going to show you how to make a paratha today. Start with adding about a third of your water into the flour. Slowly mix the flour into the water, create a ball of dough, then set that on the side. Repeat this one more time with the leftover flour, then incorporate that ball of dough with the previous one. If you have some leftover unmixed flour, add a little more water and bring everything together. Then begin kneading with your knuckles like so. Knead till the dough has been flattened, and then fold it over itself, turn it over, and repeat this way of kneading. Our housemaid in my village taught me how to knead dough like this. After kneading for about a minute, to the side, pour in any leftover water you have and mix in salt. Place the dough over the salt water and knead it so it can absorb the salt and water, and then continue kneading for about 4 to 5 minutes. You'll know the dough has been properly kneaded when the sides are smoother and when your knuckles leave a much smoother and clearer impression on the dough. See how different the dough looks now versus when I was pointing it out? At this point, cover the dough with plastic wrap or a kitchen cloth and let it rest for a minimum of half an hour. Once your dough has been rested, weigh out 150 grams of dough or just make an estimation and start forming a ball out of the dough by using your thumb and index finger like so. Dust your work surface with flour, flatten the ball of dough, and begin rolling the dough. Roll one side, rotate 90 degrees, and roll again. Do this till your dough is roughly 8 to 9 inches in diameter. Apply a thin layer of ghee or butter. Then fold the top 2/3. Follow that with folding the bottom third. Repeat that horizontally until you've got about 9 layers of dough. Roll this out again, and this time try to keep the square shape. It isn't necessary though, it'll taste the same regardless. Once you've rolled it out to a square of about 8 to 9 inches, we're going to put this straight onto a tava. To do so, place your dominant hand over the dough, then using your other hand, you're going to pick the dough up quickly and place it onto your dominant hand. Once it's on your hand, you're going to kind of want to slap it onto the tava. This way it'll hold its shape the best, and you can adjust the shape a bit once you've put it on too. Let it cook on medium heat until you're able to move the paratha around. Once you're able to, check to see if it's browned enough on the bottom. If it hasn't, give it some time, it will, and once it's browned properly, place some ghee on top of the paratha and flip it over. You're going to do this by bringing it to the side and using one or both hands, flipping it like so. Spin the paratha around a bit so the ghee can evenly coat it, and then let this cook until it's evenly browned on that side as well. Flip again to check, and then just take it off the heat and onto your plate. We'll make an omelette to accompany the paratha. Simply crack 2 to 3 eggs into a bowl, add 2 pinches of salt, a half teaspoon to a teaspoon of laal mirch or red chilli powder, a quarter onion, and about a tablespoon of chopped cilantro or dhania. Mix this with a fork, then pour it onto the tava on medium heat. Let it brown on one side and flip with a spatula. Once it's brown on the other side, cut into 4 pieces or however you want to, and take it off the heat onto your plate. And that's it. A nice, crispy, homemade paratha with a Lahori style omelet. I mean, my mom's Lahori, so I'm just gonna call it that. And some yogurt with honey. This reminds me so much of home. I've had so many variations of this breakfast. Anyways, you gotta try it.